Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle 2K Tactics and Tycoons bundle of April 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. But first, a word from our sponsor, JT After Dark. You've read the threads, you've seen the warnings, but you haven't heard them like this. I'm JT. I take the internet's most terrifying stories and give them a voice. From Reddit's deepest archives to the legends that haunt the web, I bring the horror to life. Join me on JT After Dark. Subscribe now and let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Homeworld Remastered Collection, a masterclass in reintroducing a classic franchise to a modern audience. It bundles the original Homeworld and its sequel, two of the most significant real-time strategy games ever made, which have been nearly unplayable on contemporary operating systems for over a decade. Gearbox has successfully preserved the flawless core formula while elevating the experience with completely redone visuals, audio, and high-resolution support up to 4K. The series is renowned for its star-scale space battles and groundbreaking story, which you will find remains untouched in its brilliance. You will watch fighters duck and weave in an elegant dance while massive capital ships exchange heavy fire, all within the fully 3D environment. This focus on deliberate tactics over frenetic micromanagement offers a welcome change to strategy fans. Furthermore, the persistent fleet mechanic means you start each mission with what survived the last, raising the stakes of every skirmish. However, the remaster is not without flaws. You may find the voice acting feels remarkably bland compared to the grandiose narrative. More importantly, the redone user interface is a mixed bag. While sleek, it does not scale well, making it frustrating to track resources or specific ship formations at high resolutions. The 230-hour campaign offer incredible value. For any RTS fan, this collection is an essential play that proves why Homeworld was so far ahead of its time. And number 2 we have Homeworld Deserts of Kharak Deluxe Edition, a terrestrial prequel to the legendary spacefaring RTS series, trading the infinite void for the shimmering lethal sands of a dying planet. You find yourself commanding the Capisi, a massive land carrier that serves as your mobile base, production facility, and primary engine of war. It is a bold transition for the franchise, yet Blackbird Interactive has successfully captured the soul of its ancestors through incredible UI design, a hauntingly atmospheric soundtrack, and a distinct sense of mechanical scale. As you guide your expedition across the dunes to uncover ancient technology, you'll notice that the technical depth remains intact. You must master the terrain, using ridges and craters for line-of-sight advantages, while managing a persistent fleet that carries over between missions. The unit audio is one of its unique features. You'll hear context-sensitive chatter that makes your vehicles feel like they are manned by living crews rather than silent scripts. However, the journey is not without its grit. You may struggle with finicky camera controls and pathfinding issues, particularly when units clump together in the heat of battle. While the mission structure can occasionally feel routine, the unhurried, dreamlike speed of the action provides a refreshing alternative to more frantic modern strategy games. If you're a fan of the series, you'll appreciate how this ground-based shift honors the Homeworld legacy. It is a confident, polished experience that proves you don't need the vacuum of space to create a compelling sci-fi epic. The Deluxe Edition includes the base game, 2 faction DLC packs, the digital soundtrack, and the Expedition Guide Lore Compendium. And number 3 we have CivCity Rome, a city-building strategy game that attempts to transition the legendary Civilization franchise from a global empire builder into a focused Roman microcosm. While the name Sid Meier carries significant weight, you'll quickly find that this title struggles to live up to its pedigree. The game offers a campaign and single missions, but the experience is admittedly hampered by a lackluster tutorial and an obnoxious voice actor that makes the early stages a chore. The gameplay mechanics for both urban management and combat are disappointingly straightforward. Although you have access to tech trees, research, and world wonders, these features lack the depth expected from a Civ branded product. Resource management is overly simplified and becomes monotonous, while repetitive events like constant city fires feel more like an annoyance than a strategic challenge. Combat is equally shallow, offering you very few tactical options beyond clicking on enemy units to engage them. Visually, the game fails to impress. Despite setting the graphics to high, you'll encounter pixelated blocking environments that look years behind contemporary standards. The tight, awkward camera angle further adds strain to the experience. The audio fares no better, consisting of flat sound effects and a soundtrack that reinforces the game's monotonous aura. CivCity Rome feels like a sloppily assembled project that lacks a clear audience. If you're a fan of the series, you'll likely find it too basic and distant from the core mechanics you love, making it a rare disappointment in the franchise. At number 4 we have Railroad Tycoon 3, a simulation that transcends the simple loop of laying tracks and making money, evolving into a sophisticated lesson in history and economics. While it may initially appear as just another simulator, you will quickly discover a beautifully realized 3D world that offers a refreshing sense of grandeur. The game's track-laying system is sharp and intuitive, featuring a merciful undo button that encourages experimentation without the frustration of micromanagement. You'll find the economic model particularly impressive. It moves beyond basic supply and demand to offer a deep level of corporate intrigue. In this game, you play as a person, a real tycoon who can start companies, manipulate stocks, and even resign from a chairmanship. This personal financial layer forces you to play a subtle game to avoid being double-crossed by rivals or ousted by shareholders. Furthermore, you can own entire industries, like meat factories or dairy farms, to maximize profits on your deliveries. The campaign mode is creatively structured as a museum where an old-timer narrator guides you through rooms representing different continents and eras. While the bluegrass-heavy soundtrack can feel somewhat repetitive and occasionally inappropriate when you're crossing the Kilimanjaro, the overall experience remains highly addictive. With 3 levels of achievement for every scenario, you are provided with immense replay value. Railroad Tycoon 3 is a massive, non-violent toy set that rewards big-picture thinking, proving that you don't need to be a train spotter to appreciate its incredible management depth. At number 5 we have Army Men, a squad-level strategy game that puts you in command of Sarge, a plastic soldier leading a green infantry through plastic melting mayhem. In theory, you are the tactical mastermind, but in practice, you often find yourself doing the heavy lifting alone. The AI is remarkably reminiscent of 1990s real-time strategy incompetence. Your troops are prone to getting stuck or ignoring orders. Ironically, their stupidity serves as a tactical advantage, as they eagerly draw enemy fire while you complete objectives. The controls are best managed via the keyboard, as mouse inputs feel sluggish. You can order Sarge to kneel or lie prone, classic poses for toy soldiers, which affects your firing accuracy and how easily enemies can target you. Your arsenal is diverse, featuring flamethrowers, grenades, and bazookas, but selection is critical. If you fail to pick the correct weapon for a specific encounter, you likely end up dead and be forced to restart the level. Visually, the game is plain, reflecting its budget nature, yet it captures the nostalgic aesthetic of childhood play. The animation for Sarge are surprisingly impressive for a game about rigid plastic. While the sound effects lack the kapow of a child's imagination, they provide a functional backdrop to the combat. Occasionally, he can drive tanks or call in paratroopers to break a stalemate. Though flawed and often unpredictable, it remains a curious relic of retro gaming that challenges your patience and technical adaptability in equal measure. At number 6 we have Army Men 2, a sequel that significantly expands on its predecessor's concept, taking the plastic warfare from a miniature scale into a relatively massive world. Released during what is considered the franchise's peak year, it successfully sheds many of the original's annoying tendencies. You'll find that it is a much more forgiving experience, as it grants you greater agency over your survival rather than requiring the clairvoyant, trial-and-error approach seen previously. While the original game maintained a straight-faced realism within its plastic scope, this sequel embraces the absurd. You can expect a darker brand of humor as you guide Sarge through various environments, ranging from typical battlefields to kitchen encounters. One major improvement you'll notice is the manual save feature, which makes the gameplay considerably less brutal. The game also provides you with plenty of ammunition and 6 inventory slots, allowing for a faster-paced experience that encourages experimentation with different weapons like flamethrowers and grenades. However, not everything has been perfected. You might find the squad mechanics still feel largely useless, as teammates often lag too far behind to be effective. The controls also remain somewhat loose, though they are less of a hindrance here because Sarge can withstand more damage. Despite these lingering flaws, the variety of objectives, such as sabotage missions and protecting bridges, keeps the action fresh. You're looking at a colorful, fun title that stands out as a rare recommendation in a famously inconsistent series. At number 7 we have Army Men, Toys in Space, a 1999 real-time tactics game that serves as a bizarre sci-fi expansion of the classic Plastic Soldier franchise. While the series typically features green and tan troops battling in a plastic world, this entry introduces intergalactic elements including the heroic Tina Tomorrow and a horde of orange aliens. You're tasked with leading Sarge and his new allies through environments ranging from alien planets to backyard sandboxes and bathrooms. On the surface, you'll find plenty of exciting additions, such as a massive arsenal featuring freeze rays, laser guns, and napalm. The variety of enemies is equally impressive, offering more visual diversity than previous titles. However, as you dig deeper, you'll find that the game's execution often falls short of its ambitious concepts. The controls are consistently frustrating, making simple tasks like splitting squads or navigating vehicles feel like a chore. You'll likely struggle with the atrocious pathfinding, as your units frequently get stuck on world geometry or behave like a bucket of gelatin in the heat of combat. Furthermore, the difficulty is notoriously high, even on lower settings, requiring you to micromanage every move just to survive. While the retro sci-fi aesthetic is charming and the skirmish mode offers some replayability, the technical flaws are hard to ignore. You may find that while Toys in Space provides all the ingredients for a fun time, its clunky mechanics and poor AI often push you down the stairs instead of letting you enjoy the ride. At number 8 we have Army Men RTS, a real-time strategy game that successfully transforms childhood backyard battles into a surprisingly competent digital experience. After years of lackluster entries in the franchise, you'll find that 3DO finally hit the mark by blending fundamental RTS mechanics with a whimsical toy-centric aesthetic. You control the Green Army, led by Sarge, as you hunt down a rogue colonel who has gone tan, in a plot heavily inspired by the film Apocalypse Now. The gameplay centers on managing two primary resources, plastic and electricity. You gather these by melting down discarded toys, frisbees, and even dead soldiers, or by siphoning power from batteries and walkie-talkies scattered across messy household environments. Whether you're navigating a kitchen countertop or a basement infested with ants, the level design keeps you engaged. The game simplifies the genre's complexities, making it accessible if you're a newcomer, though hardcore strategists might find the unit behavior and move and attack simplicity a bit limited. You appreciate the smart console control scheme, which eliminates the typical frustrations of playing strategy games with the gamepad. While the graphics were not groundbreaking even at launch, the charming details, like barbed wire made of pencils and soda can headquarters, ooze personality. With varied campaign missions, great battles, and medal objectives that provide high replay value, this title stands as a high point for the series. It delivers a serious yet wacky experience that captures exactly what it felt like to command plastic troops on the living room floor. At number 9 we have Freedom Force, a tactical real-time strategy RPG that expertly captures the vibrant, campy essence of 1960s Silver Age comic books. This game transports you to the fictional Patriot City during a height of superhero fanaticism. The plot kicks off when an alien race unleashes energy acts upon Earth, a substance that transforms ordinary citizens into either noble heroes or nefarious villains. You begin your journey commanding Minuteman, a patriotic hero who serves as a primary spoof of Captain America. As the narrative unfolds through stylized animated comic panels, you recruit a diverse team of heroes like El Diablo and Mentor. Each character possesses unique customizable powers fueled by experience points, allowing you to tailor your squad's tactical approach. The gameplay emphasizes environmental interaction. You can pick up cars, lampposts, or trash cans to smash your foes. Buildings are fully destructible, meaning you can virtually flatten the map during intense 4-hero skirmishes. While the AI can occasionally falter, the strategic depth required to coordinate powers, such as using one hero to crowd control while another launches a massive area attack, remains engaging. With its tongue-in-cheek humor, POW-style sound effects, and wonderfully detailed character models, the game offers a polished, nostalgic experience. Whether you're using the deep RPG systems to optimize your team, or creating your own custom heroes via the built-in editors, you'll find that this 9 out of 10 gem to be a consistently entertaining blend of strategy and superhero spectacle. At number 10 we have Freedom Force vs. the Third Reich, a tactical real-time with pause RPG that serves as a vibrant campy love letter to the silver and golden ages of comic books. This sequel flings your team of heroes across time to battle the Axis powers in a world where the Nazis have won World War II. You lead a squad of up to 4 heroes through fully destructible 3D environments, where almost every lamppost or car can be wielded as a weapon against the villainous Blitzkrieg and its minions. The gameplay remains largely faithful to the original, emphasizing strategic positioning and the clever use of unique superpowers. You'll appreciate the refined AI and updated physics, which make the chaotic brawls feel smoother and more responsive. Between missions, you can spend experience to upgrade your roster or recruit new allies, each featuring a distinct secret origin movie that adds depth to the colorful cast. The presentation is a standout achievement. From the comic panel loading screens to the bombastic over-the-top voice acting, you're completely immersed in a 4-color world of heroic justice. While the campaign feels slightly shorter than its predecessor, the robust character creator and a dedicated modding community offer endless replayability. If you have any affection for classic superhero tropes or deep tactical combat, you'll find this an essential experience. It is not just a game, it is a nostalgic whimsical romp that captures the heart of comic book history with every zap and boom. And that's all for this bundle. Whether you're a strategy addict or a management mastermind, this bundle is a total critical hit. Snagging titans like CivCity Rome, even though it is inferior to its bigger sibling, and the Homeworld Remastered collection for a fraction of their gold cost is an absolute steal. A fraction of the price! It's the ultimate DLC and classic expansion for your library, perfect for those long weekend grinds. Do not lag on this one. Hit that buy button and level up your collection before the timer hits 0. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.